But I didn't realize that that was me taking my body into my own hands rather than handing it over to men every time that I had a health issue. And when I say men, it's fair to say that Western gynecology, even if you have a female gynecologist, is a profession that was founded, established, and is currently still dominated by men. The early founders of Western modern gynecology were all men that were operating on women, and they started off doing all of their experiments actually on enslaved women.
Mm-hmm.
And so all of the gynecological procedures that are done today, were founded by white doctors that actually killed Black women, enslaved, in order to be able to create these methods. So again, this was another turning point. I didn't know that. I had no idea how significant it was for me as a Black woman to not any longer, go to my gynecologist, go to a man to ask them if it was okay to steam my own body. But it definitely was triggering when I saw those articles that said, don't do it, you should not steam. And I'm thinking, why? I've been doing this. This has been healthy for me, right? And so I had to make a decision right there, honestly, to ignore that advice or not to follow that advice and to decide what I felt was better for my body. And that right there, Rahi, it's a big thing.
It is a big thing. Mm-hmm.
And I've continued to learn how significant it is more and more as the more that I learn history. So what I found out was that, and there's a really excellent book, which I'll share with you as well. And it's basically how did women's medicine fall into men's hands? How did gynecology become a male practice? Since the beginning of time, midwives have been women, majority all women. And in fact, women's health wasn't even considered part of medicine. And then all of a sudden, a couple hundred years ago, gynecology was founded. And all of a sudden, all women's issues, including postpartum, including obstetrics, including pregnancy, all of it, it has to do with, like, we have these men that are in charge of it who are using surgery and pharmaceuticals as the main methods of treatment. How did that switch happen? And so